What is going on, everybody? So you guys seen in the title of this right here, Jimmy Kimmel and I guess the rest of the outraged media has, well, no, I'm not gonna say Jimmy Kimmel has lost his mind, but I guess a lot of outlets that's actually coming against this man have lost their mind because they said that he wore blackface. Now, if they're coming after Jimmy Kimmel for this, they showed a video of Jimmy Fallon also doing the same thing, wearing blackface, playing Chris Rock. And Jimmy Kimmel did like Karl Malone, and I guess he said the N-word in one of Snoop Dogg's songs. So I'm getting ready to address a whole lot of different things in this particular thing. I'm going to address this whole thing with the blackface, with Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon. I guess if that's the case, they should go after Joy too, because Donald Trump Jr. called her out on that.
We've all done things that we regret. I mean, if we're talking about bringing a discourse down, Joy, you've worn blackface. Whoopi,
no,
you
I
said
have.
that
about wearing blackface. Also, the tearing down of the statues and all those different things like that. I know I have not hit on that yet on this channel. A lot of y'all were wondering what I thought about it. And so anyway, first things first, I think it's absolutely ridiculous to be coming after Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, about saying he wore blackface. He did not wear blackface. What he did was they painted him in the color brown, and they also put on fake muscles and all that too while he was imitating Karl Malone. That was not a problem whatsoever. I don't care what anybody say. No black folks were outraged and mad at it. When Jimmy Kimmel did that, everybody was like, man, he did a good job imitating him. He also did a good job imitating Snoop on one of them CDs that he did. And then Jimmy Fallon did Chris Rock, and he killed it. How in the world is that a problem? How is that a problem? It's so hypocritical, because guess what? The Wayans brothers did a movie called White Chicks, where they dressed up like women and they faces all powdered out, blue contact lens in. Where's the racism in that? What about them wearing whiteface? Oh, I forgot. It don't count if you know. It only matters if a black person say it, though, if we call racist or anything like that. But the Wayans brothers were clearly wearing whiteface. What is the issue with that? What Jimmy Fallon and Jimmy Kimmel did was not nothing racist whatsoever. They were not wearing blackface. They were looking like the character they were portraying. Now, I get it. If they put on pitch black makeup and paint the whole part around their lips red and they sat there and ate some watermelon and chicken, that's like a clear sign they were doing it to be racist. Again, folks, when it comes down to racism, comes down to a matter of the heart. It is a matter of the heart. A person that's racist have evil in their heart. That's what it comes down to. It's evil and it's hatred. Jimmy Fallon and Jimmy Kimmel in those videos were not doing nothing evil or hateful. The intention of what they were doing was based off of nothing but pure comedy and imitating people. Imitating NBA players. It's so crazy, though, that everybody just kind of jumping on this old bandwagon where y'all all just going nuts over anybody that might have painted their face brown to be imitating the character. Y'all calling them blackface. That's crazy. It's all about this, folks. It's all about what the intentions of it was. Was the intentions of what Jimmy Fallon did or Jimmy Kimmel did, was the intention that they did it for was to show that they hate black people? Was it to show that they're intentionally wearing what blackface represents just for the sake of stirring up hate or showing their hatred for black folks? No, it was not. You can't, you going back years and doing all the things like that. And then again, if that's the case, y'all need to go after Joy, whatever her name is, the comedian that Donald Trump Jr. called out for wearing blackface. Y'all need to go after her too. Again, if that is the case, white people, you guys need to be outraged that nobody's going after the movie White Chicks. They pull them Gone with the Wind. They need to pull White Chicks. They need to pull White Chicks. I guess they need to pull Tropic Thunder too, because Robert Downey Jr. was that blackface. The dude did an awesome job in Tropic Thunder, had me laughing my butt off playing a black person. A lot of people didn't even know. A lot of my family didn't even know that there was even Robert Downey Jr. They literally thought that there was a black dude for real, man. So nobody's looking at this stuff. Normal black people that I talk to are not looking at this stuff like a lot of folks are. What's going on? It's just like it goes in religion. If you preach and teach something to some people that are ignorant to truth, they will go and preach and teach that same thing as if it is truth without even finding out if it really is true. It's just rinse and repeat, or they regurgitate what the person before them is doing or what the person before them told them without being taught to go and seek out the truth. I'm sorry, I disagree with this. Now, moving on. As far as tearing down the statues and everything like that, this is what I say. I really didn't care. Those statues had nothing. I mean, okay, if the statues legitimately represented men or women that were racist, and people are outraged about it, and they want to remove them, I guess. But I'm just saying, why now? Why now? When I hear things like, oh, they've been there for 140 years, why now? Why now? Black folks, y'all weren't concerned about them dang on statues. Y'all know y'all wasn't. And I don't think white people were either. People just knew it. Hey, that's Christopher Columbus. Hey, that's Benjamin Franklin. Hey, that's Theodore Roosevelt. Hey, that's such and such. And what did Theodore Roosevelt ever do? Did he ever own slaves? And I mean, I know, it's just what I'm saying. I'm not disagreeing with y'all taking them down. I'm not even agreeing with you taking them down. I just want to know why. I haven't got to the truth of it yet. But I don't think that it's you tearing the statues down is going to erase anything. The only thing you're erasing is imagery. You took down a statue. Now, for all the ones out there right now, I want y'all to listen closely to me. For all the people out there right now, whether you white or black, and you Black Lives Matter and all that, and you wanting to take down these statues and everything, please do me a favor. In this video, there's a link in the description where you can see my PayPal. Please, 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 from the bottom of your hearts, give me all y'all money that has those people on there whose statues y'all are taking down. I don't know, Andrew Jackson, Benjamin Franklin, y'all even trying to go out to Abraham Lincoln, George Washington, any of them. Give me all your money and tell me that you're denouncing them dollars and send them to me. I bet you y'all don't. Y'all tear down them statues, but I bet you ain't gonna tear down that money in your hands or in your bank, are you? Are you? Matter of fact, just send, look, it's in the PayPal. You can look down there in the description. If you have a hard time sending anything to my PayPal, I will send the link to all of you that want to tear down the statues and everything like that. I will take all of y'all dollars. They got all those presidents on there that y'all feel was racist and had slaves. So, yeah, check that description down there. And again, if you get lost on that and you don't know how to look at the description, leave a comment in this video, and I will be more than happy to take all them racist people that's in your pocket, in your bank, off your hands. I will be more than happy to do it, and I will do what I need to with it accordingly. So anyway, again, folks, here's the thing. It's not going to change anything. What I do need, that I think a lot of things that we see going on right now, a lot of things that were starting off as evil, the cool thing about it is that you always want to see what the positive is in it. The positive thing, getting it to me, is that it is exposing a lot of things. It is exposing a lot of lies. That's if you want to go out there and find the truth of these matters. So to me, I think that education, I mean, I don't think the police are the only thing that need to be reformed. Police definitely need to be reformed, not just against blacks, but against everybody. There needs to be police reform because of how they abuse their power. I'm totally with y'all on that. But at the same time, I also feel they need to do that with education too. Go in there and reform education, teaching people the truth, young kids the truth about our history. And at the same time, if you really ask me about education, some things I think it only needs to be learned if a parent feels that child needs to be taught that. For instance, I don't know, I'm just being real with you guys. I don't know how me knowing about George Washington or Christopher Columbus, I don't know how that benefited my life. Now, history that you want to teach, especially if you want something. Now, the reason why I say this is because knowing about Christopher Columbus is not going to have an impact, or it can have anything to do with my current life. Now, knowing about Abraham Lincoln, you can say yes. Why? Because of how he formed the Republican Party and wanted to abolish slavery and to keep slavery from being moved to the western, you know, the western side of the United States then, the western side of North America, in the Americas. He wanted to abolish slavery. Now, you can say, well, what would that have to do with your life? I need to know the history of who was the people or persons that's behind wanting to abolish slavery. I understand that. But like as far as like George Washington them, or even knowing about a certain war, I don't know how that would even benefit my life or have any impact on my life. So therefore, I don't feel it's important for me to know that. Now, you want to tell them the truth of the matter, like in school, nobody told me how the Democratic Party restarted. not restarted, how it ever started. Nobody told me how the Republican Party started. I never knew this. All I knew is Abraham Lincoln was the 16th president. George Washington was the first president. Nobody even mentioned who had slaves, who didn't have slaves. Nobody mentioned how the Democratic Party was a party that actually was for slavery. Nobody mentioned that the Democratic Party started the KKK. None of that stuff was taught to us. We was told history the wrong way when we got into school. And that's why I feel that education needs to have a reform as well, by teaching the truth and teaching skills, tools, and knowledge that a person is going to use in their life. Knowing that George Washington was the first president is not going to do nothing but just have me in my mind that I know that he's the first president of the United States. That's all it's going to do. You know what I'm trying to say? Now, what about the presidents in between? What about the presidents in between George Washington and Abraham Lincoln? You know, the first president, the 16th president, you end up knowing about the Barack Obama. But my point is that why do I need to learn about any president really at all in school if they're not going to have no significance on my life or no impact on my life? If they're going to have an impact on my life, yeah, I should know about that. I get it. But if they don't, what's the reason of me knowing this? So anyway, going back to all this folks, going back into this whole rant that I'm going on right now, if you want to call it that, because some of y'all can call it that. Man, he's on a rant. I'm not on a rant. I'm just speaking common knowledge. I think what's happening right now is that some folks just don't understand that you being pulled into a fight, you being instigated into something that has nothing to do with you. You being tricked and lied to try to get you to see things and think a certain way, so all you can do is be filled with hatred. Racism is hatred. Racism is evil. If it's real legit racism and if it's real legit racism, then yes, it's going to be evil, okay? But what is being missed here, for the ones that are going out falsely accusing people for being racist when these people really aren't racist, to me, that is racist itself. You are accusing a person of doing something that they did not do. And why, yo, Todd, that's not racism. Oh, it's not? What about back when there was racism? When white people, back in the 30s, 40s, 50s, whatever like that, when they accused black people of doing things that black people didn't do for the sake of getting those black people killed or beat. That's when it all comes down to it. I know we give it the word racist or racism, but what's driven by it is hatred. So it's hatred, folks. Again, if you're going around falsely accusing people that's a different color of being racist when they are not, to get them in trouble, fired, beat up, whatever the case may be, you are exhibiting what racism is. You are exhibiting hate. I don't care how you try to put it. What Jimmy Kimmel did, what Jimmy Fallon did was not racist. But by you trying to go around and start a movement to accuse them of being racist, you are doing what racists did to black people. And I'm sorry, I know Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, they may come out and say they apologize for what they did. Why are you apologizing? It's almost like you are actually saying, yes, what I did was racist, but I know why you're doing it. You're doing it to save that multi-million job that you had. You know, but what's funny about this is that a lot of you guys sent me some clips of different things that Jimmy Kimmel had on the about what he felt about Trump being racist and all that. And now, if Jimmy Kimmel, knowing good and well, you know good and well that at home, you talking about you at home telling your wife that this is some BS. Jimmy Kimmel, you know you saying this is a complete BS. But you know, some weeks ago, the videos that I've shown of you, you were sitting up there saying that this person was a racist, that person was a racist, and you were calling out things. And now that you actually are on the fire right now you apologizing? I don't know why. Because you want to save that job. I hope you keep your job, because I mean, I don't think you should lose your job or even be canceled over something like this. This is ridiculous. You didn't do nothing wrong, dude. But again, I don't know if this is part of the agenda too, that you want to make it seem like this is all part of this whole white people all need to apologize for being racist or having white privilege, or you know, you were racist and you didn't know it and you only did it because that was just, you were born with that. And no, come on, don't do that, man. Jimmy Kimmel. So anyway, like I was saying, I don't think that neither one of them needs to apologize. I don't think that neither one of them did nothing wrong, you know. But if you got this movement coming after you with all this, it's almost like, what can you say? What can you say against it? I don't understand why people are scared to stand up for righteousness. Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, why ain't y'all saying I did nothing wrong? I did nothing wrong. I was playing. Why can't they just speak up and say it? It's almost like, well, they just want to show proof that we are the problem. We are part of the problem. We are, look what we did, look what we've done. We are part of the problem. No, you ain't. And it's just gonna get more freaking gasoline to the flame for people just to come out. See, look, they're gonna go after everybody. Pull up everybody video that ever so-called wore blackface or anything like that and prosecute them and get them in trouble, make them lose their jobs over something that years ago when he did that, we all thought it was funny and hilarious. I thought White Chicks was a funny movie. I thought Tropic Thunder was a funny movie. I thought the skit that y'all showed me with Jimmy Kimmel doing Karl Malone, I thought it was funny. I never once in my mind thought and looked at it and said, hey, that's racist. Come on now. If somebody, it's just like, I tell y'all what people teach you when you growing up. The only reason why we know that cuss words are bad words is because we were taught that they were bad words. And so by them being bad words and we're taught that they're bad words, we didn't say them because they came with some type of punishment. And it's only punishment and it's only taught that because we were taught that by our parents and our parents were taught that by their parents. And so that same tradition got passed down. That if you say the S word, the B word, the F word, the A word, you were taught that was bad and don't say it, don't ever say it again. It was met with some type of punishment. So you just had it in your mind your whole life not to say those particular words because they're wrong to say, or they give you an age where you can start to say it. But before that, nobody would have thought differently of it. So that's what they're doing right now. A lot of things that actually is not a problem and was not a problem, they're making it like it is a problem and teaching you that it is a problem. So therefore, you're going to go and act like it's a problem. And then you're going to respond accordingly like it's a problem. So anyway, y'all, that's what I got to say on that. I'm getting ready to check out of here. Let me know what y'all think. I mean, did I get this whole thing wrong, or am I just, no? In other words, I guess help me to see the truth, because that's what I'm always after, no matter what. I'm unbiased, but I am not going to sit there and compromise truth over a movement or a group of people that feel that this is truth. I do not care, because me plus God equals majority. And again, for all you ones out there that might be agreeing with moving all those statues and all that, please, while they removing the statues and all that, I want you to remove those same people that them statues they're getting rid of. I want you to remove those same people out of your pockets and out of your bank accounts and put them in my PayPal account, because I want all those racist dollars that y'all have. I'll take the shoot. I'll take the penny suit. Surprised they ain't accusing Abraham Lincoln of having blackface because the penny is brown. Anyway, I'm about to get out of here, folks. I hope and pray every last one of you guys have food, shelter, and clothing. And most of all, I hope and pray every last one of you guys are in great health. God bless you through Jesus. I'm a survivor. Hey there, folks. If you're watching this video as a premiere, the next video you're going to do, the reaction is going to be right here, okay? Go to that one if you're going right to the next reaction. Right here is the stuff that I do on my own things that you should definitely check out. It's my comedy, stuff like that, yada, 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 peanut butter. And right here is where you can go and subscribe to my channel, okay? Really appreciate it if you did. But first, you get to know me, okay? Get to know me, all right? Peace.